La Côte d'Ivoire vient d'expulser des centaines de ressortissants burkinabés vivant en Côte d'Ivoire. Oui, vous l'avez bien entendu. Le cancer d'Abidjan, le cancer de la Côte d'Ivoire, Alassane Ouattara, a expulsé de la Côte d'Ivoire des centaines de burkinabés qui sont pour la plupart des femmes, des enfants et des hommes de l'ethnie Fulani de Burkina Faso. Ces Burkinabés s'étaient rendus en Côte d'Ivoire en fuyant la barbarie des terroristes et mercenaires que les impérialistes vampires ont déversés sur le Burkina Faso. Ces Burkinabés ont été renvoyés dans la précipitation de la Côte d'Ivoire et ils n'ont malheureusement pas eu le temps de prendre avec eux leur bétail et leurs avoirs. Heureusement, le capitaine Ibrahim Traoré a déjà commencé le nécessaire pour que ces Burkinabés reprennent une vie normale au Burkina Faso. Dois-je rappeler les conditions dans lesquelles Alassane Ouattara est arrivé au pouvoir en Côte d'Ivoire? Nous savons tous que Alassane Ouattara est imposé comme président aux Ivoiriens par l'armée française. C'est dans un bain de sang que Alassane Ouattara est arrivé au pouvoir après que les rebelles de Guillaume Soro et de Franklin Nyamsi aient tué des milliers d'Ivoiriens et que l'armée française ait bombardé le palais présidentiel du président Laurent Gbagbo, que la France traitait de tous les noms et l'accusait même d'être trop patriote, comme si le patriotisme est un crime. Tant que nous, Africains, refusons d'accepter la réalité telle qu'elle est et refusons de voir plus loin que le bout de nos nez, nous serons toujours malmenés et rabaissés par les autres, surtout les leucodermes d'Occident. C'est inconcevable qu'en ce 21e siècle, il y a toujours certains Africains qui continuent par dire que nous autres exagérons lorsque nous mettons en garde des Africains et des Africaines qui s'associent aux leucodermes ou qui font des enfants avec des leucodermes, qu'ils créent un problème et un danger pour la race noire. Comme le disait le grand historien noir américain John Henry Clark, la première des choses que les leucodermes font après avoir conquis et colonisé des groupes humains, c'est de faire des enfants avec des femmes de ces groupes conquis afin de créer une classe tampon. C'est cette classe tampon constituée des enfants métis qu'ils ont fabriqués ou des enfants bâtards selon le terme de l'historien John Henry Clark qu'ils utilisent plus tard pour dominer complètement le groupe conquis. Donc ne soyez pas surpris par tout ce que Alassane Ouattara fait contre les Africains ou les Noirs. Il est vrai que les Noirs qui ont épousé des leucodermes sont aussi dangereux comme les leucodermes et les métis à la race noire.
In a poignant and highly emotional scene, a government mission dispatched by Burkina Faso's government provided comfort to Burkinabè herders forcibly repatriated from the Ivory Coast. These individuals, primarily from the Fulani community of Pundo in the Workawi commune, had ventured into Ivorian territory in search of pasture for their herds. Their abrupt and unnotified expulsion has raised significant concerns over the violation of international laws and human rights. Later in the video, we look at the launch of an ambitious construction project aimed at building 1,000 emergency housing units across 4 regions. The affected community shared their harrowing experiences with the government delegation. One community member recounted, "We all together without us informing of anything, then they came to pick us up. We who were taken on board didn't even have time to take our clothes, our bikes, and our herds. We had difficulties on the road and an old woman was injured as soon as we arrived. She was quickly taken care of with one of us also injured. We thank the authorities." The repatriation affected 173 individuals in total, all of whom are of Fulani ethnicity. The Burkinabè government views this mass repression as a blatant violation of Article 33 of the 1951 Geneva Convention, which pertains to the status of refugees. This article prohibits the expulsion or return of refugees to territories where their life or freedom would be threatened. An official spokesperson emphasized the lack of prior notification regarding the expulsion, expressing uncertainty about the real intentions of the Ivorian authorities. Terrorism often exacerbates regional tensions and increases the risk of displacement and forced removal without adequate legal recourse or protection. In this case, the sudden deportation of Burkinabè citizens highlights the urgent need for clear communication and adherence to humanitarian principles in handling such sensitive matters. Respect for humanitarian principles is crucial in safeguarding the well-being of displaced persons. This includes ensuring access to basic needs such as shelter, food, and medical care, as well as protection from further harm or exploitation. Governments and international bodies have a responsibility to uphold these principles, even in the context of security challenges posed by terrorism. The deportation of individuals affected by terrorism underscores the broader issue of regional stability and cooperation. Effective regional cooperation mechanisms, including diplomatic channels and legal frameworks, are essential for addressing disputes and preventing arbitrary actions that could exacerbate tensions and instability. The transitional government has swiftly enacted an emergency response plan to aid the returnees. This plan includes providing immediate shelter, food, and medical care. A government official highlighted the readiness and capacity to support Burkinabè nationals. We came to find that there is the emergency system which has already been put in place since yesterday evening to find them first of all premises for the shepherds, then give them something to eat but also and care for people who are in need. We are able to welcome and receive all Burkinabè wherever he is. It is the opportunity for us to tell my Burkinabè brothers and sisters that there is work to be done in Burkina. Burkina is a country with high agricultural production. There is arable land which is there to come and stay with us so that we can build our country. Following the initial responses, humanitarian and security officials convened to evaluate ongoing actions and propose further measures. The discussions focused on the safe relocation of repatriated populations and the recovery of herds and other property left behind in the Ivory Coast. The authorities are committed to ensuring that these individuals receive the support they need to rebuild their lives and secure their livelihoods within Burkina Faso. This incident underscores the urgent need for adherence to international conventions and the protection of vulnerable populations. The Burkinabè government's response demonstrates its dedication to safeguarding its citizens and upholding their rights, even amid challenging and distressing circumstances. Prior to the deportation, Burkina Faso authorities started key projects to address the critical needs of internally displaced persons, IDPs, and vulnerable senior citizens. The government of Burkina Faso has launched an ambitious construction project aimed at building 1,000 emergency housing units across 4 regions. This initiative marks a significant step towards improving living conditions and supporting the return of displaced populations to their places of origin. The project officially began with a groundbreaking ceremony at the Nafenga site in Negringo, where the first bricks for the new housing units were laid. This event signals the commencement of construction efforts that will span the High Basin, North, Centre-North, and Central Plateau regions of Burkina Faso. The 1,000 F2 type housing units are designed to provide decent and secure accommodations for IDPs and vulnerable senior citizens. The initiative is part of a broader governmental strategy to tackle humanitarian issues, reduce the vulnerability of displaced populations, and support their resilience and reintegration into local communities. The project aims to improve living conditions for IDPs and vulnerable seniors by providing decent housing, address the urgent need for proper accommodation amidst the accelerated urbanization caused by population movements within the country, and support the return of displaced persons to their places of origin, thereby fostering community rebuilding and stability. With a total budget exceeding 51 billion francs, the project is jointly funded by the Burkinabè state, international partners, and well-wishers. The operation is set to span 12 months, with an initial target of constructing 50 homes within the first 2 months. This swift pace underscores the urgency and commitment of the Burkinabè government to alleviate the hardships faced by IDPs. The ongoing reconquest operations have already facilitated the return of over 774,000 people from 112,000 households. The new housing units are expected to further support these efforts by providing much-needed relief and rehabilitation for the beneficiaries.
Le refoulement n'a pas été
This refoulement was not previously notified, so let us ignore the real intention of the Ivorian authorities who are hiding behind this repression. But in all states of affairs, we have taken safety measures not only to investigate to find out the trigger for this repression. So instruction was given to them, welcome them, and we are going to ensure maximum assistance to these people. We have also taken provisions to protect them so that to reassure them so that they stay in with complete peace of mind.
We came to find that there is the emergency system which has already been put in place since yesterday evening to find them first of all premises for the shepherds, then give them something to eat, but also and care for people who are in need. We are able to welcome and receive all Burkinabè wherever he is. It is the opportunity for us to tell my Burkinabè brothers and sisters that there is work to be done in Burkina. Burkina is a country with high agricultural production. There is arable land which is there to come and stay with us so that we can build our country.
Beneficiaries of the housing project have expressed profound gratitude and optimism. The new homes represent more than just shelter, they symbolize hope, stability, and a renewed sense of community. Many have conveyed their appreciation for the government's initiative and their hope for continued support and protection. As construction progresses, the government of Burkina Faso remains steadfast in its commitment to addressing the needs of its most vulnerable citizens. The success of this housing project could serve as a model for future humanitarian efforts in the region, demonstrating the power of coordinated action and international collaboration in tackling complex crises. This significant initiative highlights the importance of providing sustainable solutions to the challenges faced by IDPs and vulnerable populations, reinforcing Burkina Faso's dedication to fostering resilience and rebuilding communities.
Si vous aimez le travail que je fais, gentiment partagez mes vidéos et abonnez-vous à ma chaîne. Merci de visiter ma chaîne.